Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, we have former GM of the Jets and former vice president of football ops for the Dolphins, Mike Tannenbaum, same guy. He now works for ESPN. He was in person, great interview, little different because it was a lot of inside the NFL, how a front office works. We also held his feet to the fire on a couple of his takes against Baker Mayfield. So shout out Baker. We got your back still. We have football back officially. Little Olympics talk. USA basketball is back. Fyre Fest of the week. And we're going to go back to basics with our Mount Rushmore. So we did a couple outside the box. Now we're coming back down the fairway here with Mount Rushmore of pizza toppings. We're going to do all of that in a second. We're brought to you by our friends at Coors Light. Do you ever feel like summer just flies by? There's a lot of talk that August is the end of summer. Well, it's not. We're holding on to summer, and we're slowing down the last month of summer with Coors Light. Summer always feels like the shortest season, but we need to make the most of it. We also just need to chill. As the beer that's literally made to chill because it is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, Coors Light is the best beer out there to chill. It's as crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies, perfect for a moment to unwind this summer. Send us your Blue Mountains. We love seeing the Blue Mountains, especially on the weekend. You crack open a nice Coors Light, you sit down, you enjoy the nice weather, you enjoy friends, you enjoy family. You can do it all with the beer that's made to chill and soak in the last month of summer. Coors Light, it's officially the beer of slowing down summer because as the beer that's made to chill, we want to savor every second of summer. Get Coors Light in the new look delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/take. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Coors Light, send us those Blue Mountains. It's the weekend, baby. We're about to have a Friday show, so send us those Blue Mountains. We'll retweet them. Love Coors Light. Okay, let's go.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by Coors Light, the beer made to chill. It's the beer for the summer. Send us those Blue Mountains. It is the weekend. It is Friday, August 6th, and football is officially back.
We got football, baby. We're recording this earlier in the day. It's 12:10 in the afternoon.
Yes.
But I can tell you what happened at the Hall of Fame game tonight already. Ben Roethlisberger was there.
Yes.
He was on the sidelines.
Sunflower seeds?
No. Gum. Actually, no. Jerky.
Gum. How about it would be like Kung Pao chicken flavored gum.
Yeah.
It might have just been Kung Pao chicken.
He might have had just a PF smoothie.
Yes.
Just a mixture of all the appetizers blended into one creamy drink. But Ben was on the sidelines. Some people think that he looked good tonight.
Yes. So when people shit on the first preseason games and the Hall of Fame game, they don't realize what this does for us. Tonight is all about just getting your eyes used to the colors on the screen, a ball moving back and forth, the helmets, the score, all that stuff. We know the game stinks. I think the over-under was like 32.5 tonight. We know that the Hall of Fame game has changed where it used to be you'd get maybe like a series of the starters. Now we get nothing. We get like all backups all the time. And I get it. I understand it. It's about just getting yourself in the motion, feeling like it's a practice swing. It's not even a practice swing. It's looking at the pitcher, timing the pitcher mentally from the dugout. The practice swings are like week 3 of the preseason.
This is going to be important tonight for a couple reasons. One, we get Gucci DiNucci back on the field on the TV. It's actually better. I like the fact that we've got Ben DiNucci playing quarterback tonight because it feels like he's a starting quarterback in a weird way because we did see him start a primetime game last year. So it's like, oh, yeah, this means more. This Hall of Fame year, I recognize that guy. So we've got Gucci DiNucci, and then we've also got whatever new curveballs that Fox is going to throw at us with the score bugs and like the different graphics on screen. This is our first time seeing that.
Is Fox tonight?
I think it's on
I was
Fox.
going to say, gets you back to Joe Buck.
Joe Buck?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Tom Rinaldi back on the number one team.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Getting used
Is
to
the
that.
Goose going to be on the sideline?
No, bring him back.
Bring back the
We need to
Goose.
get him on the show.
Aikman, Aaron Andrews, and Tom Rinaldi.
It's fucking disgusting.
We do
that
need to
we
get him on
have
the show.
to.
Yeah, we do.
We have to be begging Fox to put Tony Siragusa back
In a
on
small
the air,
hat.
in a small
In
hat,
a big coat.
just wearing whatever he still has in his closet from when he was when he had his cameo on The Sopranos.
Looking like a bear.
Get him back there, but it is going to be interesting to see like what weird like flag graphics they have
Yep,
for us.
yep.
Player intros.
Get mad about that?
It's just stuff to get mad about in the new broadcast. And you know what? It's also stuff where once the actual regular games start happening and people start complaining in week one about the new
Yes.
things, be like, dude, I was mad about this a month ago.
Yep.
You're casual.
You miss one very important thing that's happening tonight. This is time traveling night because the Cowboys are on Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks starts on Tuesday, which we will obviously be reviewing right after every show or after the Hard Knocks show. So we get to watch things happen in the game and be like, ooh, I bet that's going to be on Hard Knocks. Usually the first preseason game, you get one guy who's like the 85th guy on the roster who returns a punt. You're like, ooh, maybe he'll make the team. Probably won't, but for at least a little bit, you'll think maybe he'll make the team. But I love trying to figure out what's going to be on Hard Knocks and then seeing it and be like, oh, fuck, it's the verbal meme Leo.
Yeah.
Leo's pointing at the TV, being like, I saw that. I remember that.
Right, because you get to see it on the fancy cameras.
Yeah,
a
I
week
remember when I
later
saw that in real
before
life.
you saw it on the television cameras. Okay, so is Jerry Jones going to be – there are no owner suites, as far as I know, in this stadium. Governor suites, excuse me.
Yep.
So is he going to be on the sideline the entire time, or is he just going to be parked in his bus with like a pair of binoculars?
He's got a big party. He throws a big party, I think, every Hall of Fame
Huge party.
weekend.
Yeah. So
he throws a big party every weekend.
Jerry might not be there, but I do think that Mike McCarthy, knowing that the Hard Knocks cameras are going to be on him, and he knows that Jerry Jones is going to watch every episode of Hard Knocks because Jerry's a big, like, flashy TV guy. I want to see what the media is saying about me all the time. Mike McCarthy, I think this preseason is going to really kind of let it all hang out.
I would like Mike McCarthy, noted watermelon smasher, to use it as a preseason, maybe smash like a single grape before the game.
Yeah, just in between his fingers.
Yeah, just be like, look at this, guys.
Make some wine.
Yeah.
All right,
I don't know. Something to think about.
For that reason, I'm going to take the Cowboys in the game tonight just because I think that McCarthy, he knows that Jerry Jones has his like Emperor Palpatine breath breathing down his neck all the time, so he wants to set a tone, and he knows that he's on Hard Knocks. What's that, Hank?
That came out of nowhere.
Just because I haven't ever watched Star Wars doesn't mean I can't make the references.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sick reference.
Thanks, bro.
It was a sick reference.
I've also never watched Star Wars. All right,
Does he look like Emperor Palpatine or not?
Yeah, no, he does.
All right,
That was a
then
good-
there it is.
fine.
It works.
It was. I was just
Just
taken aback.
Let me cook over here.
No, it was great. I was like fully supportive.
All right, so yeah, football's back. We also Joe Judge is now. It's an arms race between Joe Judge and Dan Campbell, who can be more hilarious in their football guy-ish, characteristics. So you had Dan Campbell talking about fighting. You had him talking about like 200 milligrams of caffeine that he consumes every morning.
It was more than that.
It was insane. But then Joe Judge comes over the top. We talked about the scrum, the fight that happened at Giants camp on Wednesday, I think it was, or Tuesday. Joe Judge then came out afterwards the next day and he said, I'm not going to lie, it turned me on a little seeing the guys that passionate. Mm-hmm. So he is, and I'm just going to say he's lying. It turned him on a lot.
Yeah.
There's no way it was just a little.
No,
he was full mast.
He's bonking himself. So just to fact check your stat a little bit there, Big Cat, you said, 200 milligrams?
I don't know. I didn't know.
It's 1,100 milligrams of caffeine.
It's insane.
So
I think it would kill him. I don't think there's any way.
It would kill most like small gorillas.
Yeah.
I think that, 1,100 milligrams of caffeine.
We'll put the clip in right here.
Yeah.
What's the...
Okay, put that in perspective.
Well, normally what I do is I'll get 2 venti. I go to, Starbucks. I get 2 venti of the pipe with 2 shots in them. So black eye in both. That's what I come in with. That's how I start the day. So
in perspective, like a C4 energy drink that you drink before a workout, that has 300 milligrams of caffeine. So this is nearly 4 C4s
How much?
that he drinks every morning. Listen, I believe that Dan Campbell can process it. I think
I'm going to figure out how much caffeine I drink a day.
if you or I did it, we would die.
Okay.
I mean,
Like literally die.
I just based off of Googling like how much in a large coffee, I probably have about 600 milligrams of caffeine a day. Because I drink about 2 large coffees and a cup of coffee in the morning.
Okay,
So I'm still halfway of what Dan Kim, and I'm always caffeinated.
So I'll drink a C4 in the morning if I'm going to the gym, and then I'll drink a cup of coffee at around noon with my lunch. So that brings me to about 500, 450 per day.
So combined, we're not drinking as much as Dan Campbell.
Well, combined, we're not drinking as much caffeine as Dan Campbell does before 8 a.m.
Jesus Christ. Guys,
Football guy.
Yeah, he's just ready to roll.
I actually think that Dan Campbell would have his testicles replaced with little mini footballs.
Yeah. Well, depending on how many kids, if he's done having kids.
Yeah. Well,
Because, that's his team at home.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You gotta
wife is the coach at the house. You know,
you got to take care of your team at home. All right, we also have Olympic fever. Where are we at? USA basketball is good again, so that's good. We have the finals against France.
We should.
What are you going to say?
Memes. Our fact checker in the booth here just said that the Joe Judge quote is from a fake account.
No, everyone ran with it. Damn.
No, it can't be from a fake
There was
account.
multiple blue check marks that ran with that. That sucks. I'm not going to believe that. That's one of those ones that even if it's fake, it's almost like the Waffle House guy. Even if that's fake, it's good enough that I'm running with it.
I think that it's real.
Yeah.
I saw enough blue checks get duped by it.
Hey, Billy.
Billy's here.
Billy just walked in.
Thanks for telling me we moved it up.
Whoa.
So you come in and
hold on. Let's
blame us.
unpack this real quick. So I said 11:45.
1 o'clock.
No,
Never.
Billy, I thought 11:45.
Can everyone have my back
Was this
here?
conversation had when I was
Big
here?
guy said he has to
We
leave
said
by 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. I said noon, and then I moved it up 15 minutes, and we actually waited till 12:07 to start. So we gave you
I'm
7
sorry.
minutes
There's
after.
a miscommunication.
Wow, just throw.
I guess
I don't know.
I came 45 minutes earlier than I thought I was supposed to be here.
How did you think we all were here though?
Wait, Big Cat, what you're missing the very important fact that Billy was 45 minutes early to being an hour and a half late.
We weren't even mad. We were just like, we looked at your what was his last tweet?
No, so I checked. I was like, I hope Billy's okay. Let's see what his last tweet was. And it was, black bears are scared of cats.
Did you check the newest one?
We waited till
Okay, I'm
before.
sorry. I
No, you're
didn't
fine.
know.
It's okay. I mean, besides the whole saying there was a miscommunication, which was not true. I'm not mad at you.
No, we're not mad.
No, I'm definitely not mad. This is not a beat up on Billy. We're having a great show.
This is actually like 12 hours earlier than we normally take on a Thursday when we
so
after
you're
midnight.
super early.
Oh, good.
If we were in Tokyo, you'd be on time.
Time zones, man.
Time zones.
Time zones and ooey gooey delivery cookies really messed you up. We were also thinking that you were just hungover from too many sweets last night.
I did imbibe in some very good cookies last night.
Billy, you've been crushing it, so I have no complaints. Don't worry.
I'm just I'm more frustrated with myself.
That's okay. There you go. That's what is it? What's the old saying when you're pointing a finger, 4 fingers are pointing back at you?
Yes.
Which is not actually true.
3.
No one.
Three.
Yeah, no one
three
points
fingers.
with. Well, it's something if you point with your thumb.
How can you point like
Frank
that?
kind of points with his thumb when he gets tired. When his thumb gets tired.
What if you do the Pauly Walnuts, which is that one?
Yeah, that's 2 back at you. 2 at you, 2 at me.
Very efficient guy, that Pauly.
All right, Olympics. We were talking Olympics. So the U.S. men's basketball team is back. They better win gold. And you know what? Then we can do the whole like, oh, I can't believe we doubted them. Speaking of doubting, did you guys see LeBron? He's laying the what?
Well,
I tried to look last night. I heard there was some
deleted
crazy
it
tweets
right
and I
away.
went back and couldn't find
He
it.
deleted it right away. All right, I'm going to pull it up. So he deleted it
I saw
right away.
someone say he deleted it twice.
Yeah, I have it right
Yeah.
here. He said, keep talking about my squad, our personal ages, the way they play. We're past our prime in this league, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Do me one favor, please, all caps. And I mean, please, all caps, prayer hands emoji. Keep that same narrative, energy, all caps, when it begins. That's all I ask. # #thank you king emoji.
And I told him, I was like, don't worry, I absolutely will keep that same energy. But I just want to point out that the Lakers are the odds-on favorite to win the West, and they have the second best odds to win the championship.
Well, they're not. I don't think they're. I don't think they're odds on. They are favorites to win.
They're favorites to win the West.
Yeah.
And they're second favorites to win the championship.
And I'd like to point out that when he runs through this list of things, he's very clearly just singling out individual teammates that he has with every line that he delivers. So he's saying, keep talking about our personnel ages. So that's directly pointing at himself. The way they play, that's Westbrook. Mm-hmm. We're past our time in this league. Carmelo Anthony, and also personnel ages, Dwight Howard.
Yes.
So he's singled out with each line who we should be attacking for him.
Please.
Save me a lot of time on that one, please, all caps.
I'm going to keep that same energy. I promise. Isn't that the name of his school? I promise.
Promise Academy.
I promise to LeBron I will keep that same energy. You're welcome. #you're welcome, King.
This is the part of my take, Promise Academy.
All right.
We will fulfill that.
Let's talk about Olympians that are actually playing in the Olympics and actually care about our country. So, the basketball, when is that game? Anyone?
I believe
Probably
it's
like
10:30 Eastern Friday night.
10:30 Eastern PM Friday night.
Correct.
So
So
we
we
can
double
watch
check,
it.
but it's something along
On
there.
So we
TV?
can watch it. On the cock.
Hate that.
I'm not sure.
Also, I had an epiphany today. Maybe it's the time zone, maybe it's the no crowds, but so our 4x100 team sucks.
Oh my God.
And there were a lot of people who were like, this is a debacle. How are we so bad at this? I was like, I really just don't care. I want us to win, but if we don't, I don't lose any sleep over it.
Well, I don't lose any sleep either, but I would like to see them win just because I remember growing up, that 4x100 relay team was so good. And now they don't know how to pass a baton to each other. I pretend to care every 4 years during the Olympics, yes.
Yeah, I guess I
was
just
sick
don't
about
care.
that bat,
Yeah, right.
that bat and pass.
I was sick. The bat and pass was bad.
Baton.
Our shot putters were awesome.
They were.
Those guys they need them all in the WWE. They're fucking beasts.
It's so sick after they throw the shot put. They'll scream. They make tennis players look like giant P words because they'll just scream out and they'll say things like a professional wrestler would. There was one guy, the dude from Oregon that set the Olympic record last night. He throws the shot put and then he goes like, "Oh yeah!"
Yeah, no, they're wrestlers. They are wrestlers that just aren't wrestlers yet. I also just love any sport that you can keep your shirt on the whole time. They're just wearing T-shirts.
Yep,
that's the best sport that's ever been created.
There was little suggestion for how to fix the 4x100 relay team. It's actually pretty simple. Just practice with a tic tac. Practice with something smaller.
Or practice.
Just practice.
It seemed like they didn't practice.
Yeah,
at all.
We can take that back to square one. Say just practice with each other eventually.
Carl Lewis just roasted them.
Yep.
Man. And then the only other fix I had was I was watching the climbing. You can't have ropes. You just can't. They just go balls to the wall, up the wall. There's no fear of death or injury or anything. It's just not real. Mm-hmm. I need them to climb. I need them to free solo up the wall.
Back to the U.S. basketball team real quick. If you saw the first half of the game last night, I thought we were going to get our asses kicked. It was as bad as it's been. It was to the point where our offense was just, if you happen to get into a half-court set, just either give Katie the ball or give Dame the ball and then hope that their shot goes in. Unfortunately, Katie's good enough where he kept it close. But, we were fucking awful in the first half. At halftime, Pop was probably like, whoever loses this game has to claim Kyrie Irving. And then they're like, okay, fuck, we better step it up in the second half.
Hey, listen, I doubted them. But actually, no, wait. I don't think – I doubted them, and then I found out that they were all just drunk the whole time in Vegas. So then I undoubted them.
Well, they looked like they were high for the first half last night. It was really, really bad. And I don't know. There's absolutely something to be said for a team that has practiced more than a week together.
Yes.
Playing in an international competition to the point where I feel like the winner of the basketball tournament could have put up a better performance in that first half than USA did.
A little tip, the third place game between Slovenia and Australia, this group of Australians have never medaled. They're going to have some extra motivation. And Luka, I think, got maybe a little dinged up. I don't know, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Mortal Lock of the Century, Australia, third place game. You got to find the teams that actually, it's like bowl season. It's mini bowl season.
Delhi's going hard that game.
Yeah, what's the motivation here? Luka just carried his team to the semifinals, And now is he going to be like, I'm really want a bronze medal? Australia, that group together, has never won a medal. So
it might be the only time that Luka's ever going to be in a semifinals.
Oh, that's true. Never gets out of the first round.
Yeah,
I can't wait to start that narrative next year.
Is Luka, is he a coach killer?
That's a good question. Is he a franchise killer? The Mavs had some issues.
He might be.
All right. Anything else before we get to our Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, I'd like to apologize to Bryson DeChambeau.
Oh yeah.
Can I apologize?
Yep.
Bryson, I'm sorry. We may have pointed some fingers, Billy especially, saying that, hey, maybe you just pretended to have COVID so that you wouldn't have to get drug tested at the Olympics where the standards are much stricter. I'm sorry for saying that. It turns out that Bryson, he's not sure how he got COVID. He doesn't have the vaccine, but he said that he didn't take the vaccine he didn't want to take it away from someone else who might have needed it.
Chivalrous.
So how many lives do you think that Bryson DeChambeau saved by pretending to get COVID?
When I read that quote, I was like, dude, is this quote from December?
Yeah.
Like, it made no sense. You could, if you walk down the street in New York, you will get propositioned with the vaccine every other block.
Yeah.
I literally got the vaccine in Grand Central Station.
Right.
Yeah.
You could get it. You stumble into the vaccine.
But Billy, how many people?
Bryson, good for him.
How many people did you kill because you selfishly took the vaccine?
I think there was more vaccines getting wasted.
Did you see they're going to start paying influencers $1,000 to talk about the vaccine? I know you're a big vaccine guy, Billy.
Can I become a vaccine influencer?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that would be great.
But you have to
podcast.
believe it.
I will.
It's called.
Oh, you will?
If
And
I
you
got
have to
the
get
money,
it again.
You'll believe that it's
I will.
good?
I will get vaxxed up 6 times. Like once you get vaxxed,
Yes.
it's breaking the seal.
Billy might
Finally.
have to get vaxxed again.
I will get 6 vaccines.
We might have
It's
to.
$100 each, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you talk about it more, you'll be an influencer.
No, and I think if you have like between 1,000 and like 100,000 Instagram followers, they'll pay you like 1,000.
Yeah. We should get a promo code Billy. If you show up and ask for the vaccine, promo code Billy. Billy gets $5.
I want that big pharma money.
You can use all your pie energy into this.
Yep.
Perfect.
A couple other things that I had. Ben Simmons
Yes.
says that he wants to play for the Warriors right now.
So do I.
Apparently, he's cut off all communications with the Philadelphia 76ers and says that he wants to play for the Warriors. I have 3 words. 2 words, actually. Shooters shoot.
Shooters shoot. When I saw it, I was like, yeah, dude, we all do. We all would like to play with Steph. I feel like he cut off communication with the Sixers a long time ago. They just happened to get to that now.
Right.
Being like, he
Communications
hasn't talked to
are
us.
still cut off.
Yes.
And then the bidding war is over. RG3 is back in the NFL.
Yep.
There's been a treaty signed, a peace treaty between Fox and ESPN. He's going on ESPN, but there's an out in his contract that says that if he gets signed to an NFL roster, he can leave ESPN midseason. So
okay.
Let's get RG3 back in the NFL.
There's also 2 other things that just popped in my head. One, Phil Rivers opening the door, or not closing the door on his career, was the best news ever, because hope is a dangerous thing, but it will carry us for at least a year or 2 thinking Phil Rivers may show up somewhere and we get him back in our lives. And then the clip of Jameis getting just ragdolled by the pads.
Mm-hmm.
I am so excited for Jameis Winston on Sundays. Like I think we have to slow play it though. We can't root for him to be full hilarious Jameis throwing pick sixes because we don't want him to get benched.
I want him to come out there and set the league on fire, and then have 1 or 2 slapstick worthy plays per week. You know, but while he's still playing well, there are 2 quarterbacks in the history of the NFL that I think could have fit in seamlessly in the Three Stooges. One is Eli Manning, and the other is Jameis Winston. He's hilarious to watch. He's got the best unintentional pratfalls ever.
It's the best. So get excited.
We want him to play well. And with the Phillip Rivers thing, he said he went out of his way to say, I'm going to finish the season coaching football for my high school team.
Right.
And then afterwards, I'll come back. So this is actually, you know what, it's going to be Phillip Rivers doing another fourth quarter comeback, but this time for an entire season.
I'm excited.
Season. And it's very clearly just an example of he went home and he had to be a dad to 9 kids for the first time in his life. And he was like, yeah, I don't think I'm retired yet.
This is a lot.
I think I probably could use some time in the office.
Right at the end of summer when school hasn't started back up and he should be at camp.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of miss sleeping in a dorm.
Yeah, this one's tough. All right. let's do our Mount Rushmore, and then we have a great interview in person with Mike Tannenbaum talking about NFL front offices and how they work and everything behind that. Before we get to our Mount Rushmore, Cross Country Mortgage. Cross Country Mortgage is like us. They're people first people. Mortgage shouldn't be a scary word if you're trying to buy a home. If you're renting right now, you don't know if you can buy a home, head over to Cross Country Mortgage, talk to them, start the conversation. They can figure out a way to get you on the right track so that you can buy a home. If you are trying to buy a home right now, rates are at all-time low, and they may never get this low again, so it's a perfect time to talk to Cross Country Mortgage. Or if you're trying to refinance, you can also talk to Cross Country Mortgage because they'll hook you up. So call today for a fast, free rate quote. Our partners will save you a lot of money. Call today, and our friends at Cross Country Mortgage will give you a free home valuation that is free to you just for calling. Just like the all-star athlete, Cross Country Mortgage pushes themselves through the entire lending process. If they get blocks, they figure out ways around to get the ball over the line. Don't miss the window as rates are expected to creep up. Reach out to them and see what they can do for you. And when you connect with Cross Country Mortgage, tell them Barstool sent you. Go to crosscountrymortgage.com/Barstool to learn more about your future home buying experience or refinance your current mortgage today. crosscountrymortgage.com/Barstool. Cross Country Mortgage LLC, NMLS 3029. All loans subject to underwriting approval. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Ball. 68. All right.
You're going 68?
No, you just threw me that ball.
Okay.
All right,
4.
So the Mount Rushmore of pizza toppings. We're going back to basics. So we had a couple outside the box ones. Now, we did do, I tried to look it up because I didn't want to have a repeat, which we might have done on Monday by accident. We did the Mount Flushmore of pizza toppings in general. So we have not done Mount Rushmore of pizza toppings. All right, Hank, your number.
4.
Big Cat. What's yours?
I'll go 71.
69.
96.
Okay. Oh, boy.
I think I have PTSD from just hearing
71. That was my guess, right?
You got 71.
I got it exactly. God damn it. Look at that. That's such a fucking waste. You got to be kidding me. All right. There's a few that are good.
Wait, what order do you want to go in?
I'm figuring it out. Let's go Hank this way. I think I can get what I want on the third.
On the comeback?
Yep.
I'm starting.
Hank, you start.
Pepperoni.
Okay.
All right,
that was maybe a mistake.
That was 1-1 overall.
That was maybe a mistake. Hank, how are you feeling about your Mount Rushmore?
I feel great.
Yeah? I mean,
I've been in the lab and working with my team, got a whole new strategy.
When it was pointed out that your last Mount Rushmore, you just picked a bunch of teenagers and maybe some even younger?
Yeah, underage, prepubescent.
You wanted to hang out with a high school girl?
She's 18, first of all. But second of all, it's like I watched a cartoon when I was like 12.
She was
when I was 12,
she was older.
She was older. In context, when people are like, dude, like you're trying to pick up. I was like, yeah, I guess, whatever. But I think context matters with that.
Okay. Billy, your first pick.
And they're fucking cartoons, like Bart's. Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so for us New York guys who get real good pizza and don't really need toppings, oregano.
Oregano.
What,
Whoa.
Like shake?
Yeah, a little oregano.
Okay.
I think you're missing
I don't hate
a
that.
letter there.
Oregano.
Oregano.
All right, I'll one up you then.
Oregano.
I'll one up you for the people that don't need toppings. The topping would just be cheese, plain.
Just
plain would be my plain. I think you can take plain anywhere.
If you can do a plain pizza right, then I think that you can do everything else right.
Exactly.
Start with the
Dave-
basics and build off that.
Mr. Pizza Guy Dave Portnoy picks plain. You don't think that's a topping?
You call a pizza place. You say, "Can I get a pizza, no toppings?"
All right, fine.
Is there cheese on it?
You
I'll
say
throw
a
it out.
slice.
No. I'm just
flag?
That's the only thing I'm saying.
Cheese pizza.
Cheese pizza.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not really topping though.
All right, so all right, then we won't do it. All right,
I don't
fine.
want to be
I'll
like
do something
Mr.
else. No,
It
that's fine.
plays.
Cheese isn't a topping because
All right,
if there's
fine.
no cheese, then
Fucks
it's
up
just
my draft.
tomato
That's
sauce.
fine.
No, but that's a
ground to
different
stand on with
topping.
Mount Rushmore.
Wait.
okay,
I have a
well,
question. I have a question.
yes.
What, like, if are different types of pizzas toppings or?
All right, I'm gonna change it. I don't know what that question was. I'm gonna pretend you didn't.
No, but like white
Ninja
but like,
Turtles again.
I thought
white-
we were doing a basic Mount Rushmore. I might have fucked it up. I'll take 50%
what about white
ownership.
pizza? No, white pizza.
Billy, you're
Yeah,
asking,
that's a good point.
Yeah, no, but-
because you're asking if removing a topping counts as a topping. No,
right.
it doesn't.
It's an anti-topping.
All right, I'll change. I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this one, but I don't give a fuck. Pineapple.
Fuck you, big.
No, Hawaiian, dude. Hawaiian
Pineapple.
cuisine. That's
I was going to go with ham and pineapple at the turn and just
people love to hate on pineapple.
Hawaiian
It's
pizza is delicious.
Yes.
So now I got to do an audible because I was just going to create an entire Hawaiian pizza.
All right, I had to do an audible because I was going to create a plain pizza.
That's fine. I'm going to go with ham.
Okay. Ham's good topping.
Ham is a very underrated pizza topping, I think. And then I'm going to go with what, Hank?
Literally nothing. I am literally looking at my list, like I didn't make a facial expression.
Yes, you did. I just saw
Did you make a list for this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hank literally just went like this.
No, literally no.
Hank's got to tell.
You guys
he just
are like-
took out an Oreo and he listened to it.
You guys are like
While we were
trying
doing
to.
that.
I don't know.
Okay, all right, let's keep going.
I'm literally just like.
Let's keep going.
I'm just existing in the studio and everyone's coming at my neck.
I'm going to go ham, and then since I can't go with pineapple,
Sorry.
I'm going to go with. I like black olives.
Ooh, I had it on my list.
Black olives have the most flavor
They do.
per surface
They do.
area of any pizza topping.
I can't believe this lasted this long. I'm going to take sautéed onions. Or just onions. Do I have to clarify?
Just onions.
Onions. All right, fine. Just onions. Put it in as onions.
Especially if you took ham, pineapple, and onions, then that's a pizza fit for a king.
Yes, it is. All right, Billy or Jake, Jilly.
I was gonna do onions and peppers, but now we're just gonna do peppers.
Okay,
Like
nice.
You were
Just
going to do
peppers.
two,
So
but now you're going to do
It's good
one.
that you told
Just
us
do
you were going to
peppers.
do onions.
Because
and
onions and
peppers.
peppers is a great combo.
That is a good combo.
What color what color peppers?
Good question.
Red and green.
You got to do one, Billy. You got to do one topping. It's one topping.
I think you get all peppers, but
peppers.
It's more of a question of which one. If we made you pick, what would you pick?
I don't know. Usually they're both on there.
I feel like they're usually green, right?
They're usually both.
They're green.
Okay.
Wait,
Which ones taste better?
But you're talking about mild peppers,
Right.
Not
yeah,
spicy.
yeah,
right,
yeah,
not
yeah,
spicy
not
peppers.
Not spicy.
Red tastes better than green.
Okay. Hank.
Sausage.
Wait.
I don't know how that got back to me.
I thought they took sausage. What is your first pick?
Oregano.
Fuck.
I took ham.
Okay.
Isn't ham the same thing?
Yeah, I fucked that up. I
And-
have that written down. I fucked that up.
Barbecue
Straight up.
chicken.
Fuck. Okay. I could use that with my pineapple. That's fine. Okay. Next.
All right.
Good
so,
picks, Hank.
I don't know if you guys know this, or you do know it, but I try to eat healthy as much as possible. Bring in salad every day.
Yeah, you do. Yep.
So with pizza, I want to have some sort of vegetable in to make me not feel too guilty. So I'm going to go with spinach.
Okay. I actually think that's not a bad pick. I have a pizza place I go to, and they have like a big. Is it
Hank doesn't
spinach
like
that's
the
on
pick.
there?
Yeah. No,
I think it's spinach on there, right?
Spinach.
What's the green thing they put on the pizza?
Oh, maybe
The big
basil.
one.
You're thinking.
yeah.
That's my pick, basil.
So what I
Okay.
usually do is I'll order basil and tell myself that it's spinach.
Okay, I'm
and
taking
it's just
basil.
as healthy.
I'm taking basil.
So similar. They're like brothers.
Yeah, I thought this shows how much greens that I've been eating, that I don't know the difference between spinach and basil, but it's definitely basil. I like those, like, I don't want to.
It's like on a margarita pizza.
I want
they put it on top.
4 pieces of basil on a big pizza, and you get like a couple bites of it.
I like a little bit more basil than that. I had basil on my list for sure.
Okay.
My next pick.
You got 2.
Jesus. I think I'm going to go with green olives.
Ooh.
I like doing a mixture. I like doing both green and black. And then
corner the olive market.
Yeah,
I mean, it's actually not a bad strategy in terms of voting.
No,
like, olive people will.
If there's one olive person out there, fuck. Now I want to change my pick. Can I? Change
No,
my pick?
you can't change it. I don't think.
I'm too reliant on olives. I think. All right, mushrooms.
Mushrooms, fuck.
Classic.
All right.
Mushrooms are really, really good on pizza. I don't like them or care for them that much in anything else, but on pizza or maybe in some pasta, really good, especially if they're sautéed in butter.
Yep. Now, can we do different cheeses? Fuck. Can we? No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. My last pick will be ricotta cheese. Ricotta cheese on my pizza.
That's different than regular cheese pizza.
All right. My only complaint about ricotta is
I don't like it.
Sometimes the circle of ricotta is way too big.
Yeah.
I can't believe this one lasted so long, but anchovies.
Yeah, Ravel. Come on.
Dude, it's such a good one, right?
I mean, there are people, I feel like people who love anchovies will swear by it. They'll fucking go to war for it.
It's a pander pick for the anchovy cult.
Right.
Because they go hard.
So
split the vote.
Anchovies actually, I think they have more flavor than olives do.
Yes.
Anchovies are
They go
delicious.
hard.
But I don't know. It's tough to get them on a pizza because you really have to know what you're doing for me to order like a full fish from you on my pizza.
Right.
I'm not going to do that. Papa John, don't necessarily trust him.
Okay. Hank, your last pick.
In a miraculous turn of events, all my top 4 are still available. Nothing got taken off. Bacon.
Wait, did you go all meat?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Pepperoni, sausage, barbecue chicken, bacon.
You made a meat lover's pizza. The best pizza.
Damn it.
Put it in a papadilla and you got the perfect pie.
You know what though? I don't think the listeners are going to like.
There are vegans out there that listen to this show. There's at least
Stop
one.
listening right now,
the
right,
Billy
Billy?
stands.
Get those fuckers out of here.
A hamburger? Anyone like
Unsubscribe.
hamburger on their pizza?
Sometimes.
Buffalo chicken?
Buffalo
Meatballs.
chicken I had.
Buffalo chicken. Meatballs, that's a miss. Fuck.
Prosciutto.
Oh,
That's a miss.
Mozzarella.
Peniala vodka on the pizza.
That's good
Okay.
too.
Sun-dried tomatoes.
Do you know what's... now, this is getting crazy, but there was at Wisconsin, Ian's Pizza, they had waffle... I'm sure everyone has this, but waffle pizza. Chicken and waffle pizza.
Damn.
That was fucking good.
You know what we
really
missed
good.
big time? The stingers. The hot peppers from Colony Grill.
Dude, Colony Grill, could I have done hot oil?
Yeah.
Fuck. Hot oil is my favorite. All right. I don't really love my draft, but we'll see.
Yeah, the 2 olives might be tough, but I don't know.
I'm pretty confident we mopped
I think
up.
you guys probably second. We'll see.
I think that
cheese pizza really fucked me up.
I think that people look at Hank's Mount Rushmore and be like, he should have had at least one non-meat ingredient in there.
It's true.
Fuck
Should have
'em.
thrown in a teenage
olive.
girl.
It's a good thing I don't do my picks for the people. I do them for myself.
Wow.
All my picks.
All right, let's get to our interview with Mike Tannenbaum. Awesome interview. Before we do that, quick word from our friends at Simply Safe. When Simply Safe Home Security's founders, Chad and Eleanor Lawrence, designed their first security system in their kitchen, they did it for a very personal reason. Their friends had just had their home broken into. They were struggling to find a security system that was simple to set up and would make them feel safe again. So Simply Safe was created, and it's making people feel safe is what Simply Safe has been doing ever since that moment 15 years ago. A passion to protect people not only drives every engineering detail in its products, but it motivates every interaction with its customers. And the thing is, Simply Safe just makes it so easy. It takes about 2 minutes to customize a system on their website, simplysafe.com/PMT. Simply Safe has highly trained security experts ready whenever you need them, whether that's during a fire, a burglary, a medical emergency, or even just when you're setting up the system. There's always someone there who has your back to keep you safe and make sure you feel safe. So, as listeners of this show, you can save 20% off on your Simply Safe security system and get your first month free when you sign up for interactive monitoring service. Just visit simplysafe.com/PMT to customize your system and start protecting your home and family. That's simplysafe.com/PMT. Okay, here he is, Mike Tannenbaum. Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest in person. Is Mike Tannenbaum. He is works for ESPN now. He's the front office insider for ESPN. He was formerly the Jets general manager and also worked as executive vice president of football ops for the Dolphins. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming in. I'll do the hardest question first.
Okay.
PFT and I, as diehard football fans, how easily could we do your job?
Oh, very easily.
Okay.
I mean,
that's what we thought. GM, yeah, like we could have done that, right?
Yeah, I mean, we could do a little like job swap, right? You know, you sit back, you give out orders. If it's right, it's your decision. If it's wrong, it's everybody else's.
Yes.
We were actually just talking on the show the other day saying that the best thing that a general manager can do is to draft a new quarterback, and then if things go badly, you just blame the new quarterback for being bad, and then that kind of lets you skate a little bit. Do you feel we have an accurate representation of what your job was?
Yeah, in all seriousness, in the Jets draft room, we used to have a sign that said, "Success has many fathers and failure's an orphan," which was like, hey, everybody wanted to draft Darrelle Revis, but Vernon Gholston, effing Tannenbaum, can you believe he did that?
Right.
You know? So, yeah, it's definitely one of those things where, you know, you're sitting in the seat and you're going to get, you know, the blame or, you know, the praise depending on the move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have a more difficult question than that. Why the fuck did you cut Danny Woodhead?
That's a great call. That was an egregious mistake.
Yeah. He's my favorite person in the entire world. I would have just kept him around just to have that personality in the locker room because he's like the nicest person that you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
But also to your credit, you did cut him, but you did find him too. So I guess that you deserve a little tip of the cap for that.
Actually, Mangini found him. We were at the end of the draft, and we were looking for guys. Like, you're looking for attributes, and this guy had unbelievable production. Short, white guy, great ball skills, great kid. And it was just one of those things, like, you're making that decision. And one of the things I think people don't understand is, like, oftentimes, like, you're counting heads, like, hey, is it going to be 4 running backs? But a lot of times, the tiebreaker is going to be about special teams. And we kept, like, a DB. It was a dumb decision.
So, like, as a GM or front office in the NFL, what is the number one mistake that you see happen time and time again? Like, what's the thing that you're like, listen, people keep getting tripped up at this point? You've been on both sides. What is that?
Yeah, because I would say, like, sometimes we scout with the ending in mind, or we have, like, these preconceived notions. And one of the few, I tell you, like, I got right was Justin Herbert. Like, I scouted him for 2 years. I go to ESPN, and I'm standing on the table like, I want this guy. And I'm watching, like, in the media, like, we all have these incredible biases. And I said it, which was, if Justin Herbert played in the SEC, he would have been the number 1 pick in the draft. But he's quiet. He's in Oregon. A lot of people just didn't watch him as much. So I think what happens is, you know, Joe Burrow, like, incredible year, great guy, leader. Tua, you know, Nick Saban standing on the table for 2. It's hard if you're running a team and your job's on the line and Nick Saban says, hey, this is a guy you need to draft. It's hard to not let that influence your decision. But if you went through the process, like, there were so many things about Justin Herbert. He was the biggest, the fastest, the smartest, very competitive. Like, sometimes we overcomplicate it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense.
So how long do you give a quarterback typically to be able to tell, is this guy going to make it or not? Because we've talked to a few people, and I think we both kind of used to be of the mindset that sometimes it can be good to let a guy sit for a while, because if he's not in the right situation, you could spook him, you could give him some bad habits, and he could kind of ruin himself if he's not put in a comfortable situation. But then I think we were talking with Schlereth, right? Mm-hmm. And Schlereth said that if the guy is going to get too spooked by coming into the wrong situation, he's probably not the guy for the long term. So if you have a quarterback like Tua, how long do you give him to kind of prove that he's going to be able to pan out before you start thinking about the future?
Yeah, PFT, like, we literally talked about that this morning, which is, like, if you go back like 5 or 10 years ago, like, we would give these guys, you know, 5 years. Like, Chad Pennington sat for 2 years before he ever played. Mm-hmm. You know, now, like, we're calling Tua a bust. Like, Tua had major hip surgery a year ago, basically an abbreviated offseason. Like, we got to give the guy a chance to see, like, what he has. Like, I thought they did a good job of adding Jalen Waddle. Like, they got 2 guys that can run in Fuller and Waddle. So I think he needs a lot more time. And in another year, we'll know. Like, obviously, this is a consequential year, but I think sometimes, like, we move on from guys way too fast.
Do you think that's because sometimes it's fun to just say, that guy's a bust? Like, it's fun to
There's
just
nothing fun about that.
It's
fun for us.
To slap a bust label on someone.
Of course.
If you drafted him, it's probably not as enjoyable. But for us, it's nice to just, like, have a nice clean label and be like, bust. Then I don't have to think about him anymore.
Well, what happens when he comes back to life?
Then you know what? I was originally right about the quarterback being good before I slapped a bust label on him.
You definitely should be a GM. I mean, you have all the traits of a really good GM.
So I've always thought that from looking from the fans' perspective, the thing that really trips up front offices and organizations is everyone is very competitive. The scouts are competitive. They want to be a GM someday. The coach is competitive. He wants to keep his job as long as possible. So everyone's out for self-preservation. Is that, like, way off, or is that kind of how a lot of front offices, especially dysfunctional ones, operate, where guys are kind of looking out for themselves? You hear it all the time where, like, a GM will come in and he'll be like, clean house, because they're not his guys. Is there that type of territorial thinking?
Yeah, there is, to a certain extent, Big Cat. I think that's fair. Like, when I went to Miami, like, I was bound and determined, like, we can win with the people here. Like, I literally brought one person from outside the organization. We promoted Chris Greer, who's still there. We went to the playoffs. I thought there were a lot of great people there, but generally speaking, that is definitely true. Like, I know for me, like, sometimes I had to check my own, like, competitiveness. Like, I'm sitting there for years. I'm banging my head against the wall. Like, I want to beat Tom Brady. Like, what else can we do to beat effing Tom Brady, whose birthday, by the way, it is today?
Yep.
And so your competitiveness, you almost have to check it, because if not, like, you can go from being aggressive to reckless. And sometimes that line's pretty fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would imagine that, like, focusing all your energy on how to defeat one person in your division, under most circumstances, probably wouldn't be worthwhile, right? That person would be just, like, living rent-free inside your head. But when it's Tom Brady, who's dominating the league for, 20 years, or, winning multiple Super Bowls, then you kind of have to start to think about building a team that can specifically attack him.
Let's be really clear. Like, Tom Brady isn't living rent-free. Like, he moved in, built a freaking neighborhood. I mean, both at the Jets and the Dolphins. And in all seriousness, that's why we made the trade with Favre. Like, you won't find a better human being than Chad Pennington. Like, this guy is a pro's pro. He was a good player, took us to the playoffs multiple times. But at the end of the day, like, we made the honest, sober calculation. Like, can we get to where we want to go having Chad Pennington compete against Tom Brady? And we all said no, and that's why we took a shot at Favre.
So, and then, after Favre, you have Mark Sanchez. You go to back-to-back AFC Championship games. Now, was there a feeling like we're on to something big, or we're farther away than maybe the AFC Championship game? We just got a couple breaks along the way.
Yeah, and clearly that was another mistake, which was, it's such an unusual fact pattern. Sanchez comes in. We win 4 road playoff games. We beat Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Philip Rivers on the road. We extend him, and he plays worse. And you bring up a great point, Big Cat, which is you got to evaluate your own correctly. And no one does that better than Belichick. For all his superpowers, if you look over the years, like, he'll move on from a guy a year too soon than too late, and he deserves a ton of credit for that.
Yeah.
Can we go back real quick to, like, how you got started in this business? Because I heard that it took, like, Bill Parcells a couple different phone calls to convince you to come work for him. Like, initially you didn't want to do that. So how was he able to talk you into starting?
Gosh, like, I don't know how you got that, but that's
sources. I'm a reporter.
Yeah, no, that's very few people actually know that. So I was an unpaid intern, graduated from law school, worked for Coach Belichick. Belichick goes to the Patriots to the Jets. Belichick recommends me to Parcells. They put in a permission slip. My boss says, you can't go. I call up Parcells. I had never met him. I grew up in the Northeast. I was scared to death of him. And I said, hey, Coach, I just want to thank you for showing interest. And, they're denying permission, but I want you to hear from me, like, thank you. He's like, well, I'm going to make this real easy. I'm not interested in, interviewing you. The job's yours, so you quit, walk out the door, and get on the plane. So I'm like, hey, Coach, thanks. But no, I panicked. I hung up.
Oh, really?
I hung up.
Wow.
And I was like, I thought I was a saint. I was making $27,000. They offered me an extension starting at $35,000. I think, like, I made it, man, like 4-year deal, making $35,000 in the NFL. Coach Parcells calls him back. He goes, hey, why won't you get on this plane? Like, tell me what it's going to take. I'm like, it's not about the money. I want to be a GM. I have this dream. He's like, well, why won't you come here? I'm like, because I am scared to death of you. Like, I grew up in the Northeast, and you scare the shit out of me. He's like, well, why can't you live your dream with me? And we had this great conversation for the next 45 minutes about life, dreams. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get on the plane.
There it is.
Wow. I just walked out of the Saints facility, got on a plane, and then the rest was history.
So he sold you on it. What did he say to make you no longer afraid of him?
PFT, he had a line that I'll take to my grave. He goes, you're either one of us or one of them. And he goes, my expectations are you're going to come up here and get those son of a bitches signed. When a trapper comes off the side of the mountain, you don't have to say, is he a good hunter? He either has pelts on his horse or he doesn't. So, Mr. T, we're going to go by what we see. And either you sign those son of a bitches and you get to stick around, or I'm going to ship your ass back up to Boston. Now, what are we going to do?
Wow.
I'm like, let's go.
I love it.
Damn.
So he kind of said, if you don't sign with me, if you think I'm scary now, you'll think I'm a lot scarier if you're a son of a bitch that doesn't work for me.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? I'll bet on myself. Like, I'm not going to be the guy. And, like, I always, like, as I work my way up the ranks, I always said, all right, I'm going to look to my left and to my right, and I'm not going to be the guy that sends us home. I don't care if I'm driving people to the airport, which I did for Belichick, running an organization. Like, I'm not going to be the guy to fuck it up to send us home. And Coach just challenged me. He's like, I got the keys to this franchise from Mr. Hess. I need one person to sign them. I think it's you. Maybe my expectations are too high for you. I'm like, I'm coming.
Wow. That's great. So what was so in your role and through the years, what are, maybe give me two guys, offense and defense, the ones that got away. The ones that you were like, that was the guy that I had scouted, that I had looked after, that I wanted. I knew he was going to be great, and for some reason we weren't able to get him, whether it be via trade or the draft, however it may, fall down.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about the Tom Brady story for a second. So this is incredible. So at the time, you guys may remember, the Jets facility was at Hofstra University. We take Chad Pennington in round one of 4 first-rounders. In the 3rd round, Bill Walsh drafts Giovanni Carmazzi from Hofstra. And we're like, God, we fucked it up. Like, Bill Walsh, the greatest quarterback coach of all time, takes a guy that's on our campus.
Right.
And we draft Pennington. And in the 5th round, we had a scout, Jesse K. He is standing on the table for Tom Brady. He's like, I'm telling you, this guy is great. I saw him against Syracuse. He has rare leadership. And we're all like, come on, Jesse, we just got Chad Pennington. And if we were going to take another one, it should have been Carmazzi. Like, Bill Walsh takes Carmazzi. And, like, we had a conversation about Brady a little bit in the 5th round. And one guy, Jesse K., was the guy that was like, this is a guy that has a chance to be really good.
Wow.
I like what you just did there, because you gave credit to one of the scouts that was in the room. If I don't know what your future plans are, but if you want to get back into the NFL, what you should have said right there, so we could get some good headlines when Big Cat asked you the two that you missed out on, you should have just said Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. I had them both at the top of my board, and then we put out a little quote card that would have your name and face on, and then everybody would be like, wow Tannenbaum really knows his stuff.
Yeah. That's crazy, though, the Tom Brady. So what ended up happening to Jesse K? Where's he now?
He's retired. He was a dyed-in-the-wool scout, long time, great guy, a little bit of an old school feel guy.
Yeah.
And again, if you think about Tom Brady's narrative, couldn't start at Michigan, slow, right? What's the attribute about him? If he can't beat out Drew Henson, at that time, Chad Pennington was the golden boy. He had Randy Moss and all the, he was we were shocked. Tom Brady's Chad Pennington thought he was going to Pittsburgh. The Steelers gave every indication that he was going to go 8. They took Plaxico. We were doing backflips and he was there at 18.
Mm-hmm. So you just brought something up I wanted to talk about. The feel versus maybe numbers or analytics. How much is it feel when you're talking about drafting a guy?
I think so. Here's my view on that, guys. Is we want to use the numbers to, and Belichick's a little bit like this too. Let's define the fairway. Now we could go outside of it, but let's make sure that we are. So you look at any of those guys like Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, even Woodhead's a little bit like that. Although Woodhead was a little bit faster, straight line. Those guys all had a redeeming characteristic. They were great, change of direction, 3-cone. But my point was, guys, we could go outside of the parameters, but if we do, they have to have a compelling reason. And in some of those cases with the slot receivers, they had great change of quickness. But I wasn't going to go outside those parameters because someone's like, yeah, I think he's going to be really special. But
right.
Why? Tell us why he's so special.
See, that would be where I would get tripped up with the GM thing, because obviously as a gambler, someone would just say, hey, this guy's going to be special. I'd be like, you know what? That's my lottery ticket. Let's go. And I would probably fail every single time.
But that's okay. And Tunsil is a great example of this. We got Tunsil right because, it was a little bit of a gut feel, which was the video is unreeling, right? National TV.
Yeah, what did you think in the room?
So I'll take you right into the room. So
this is Laramie Tunsil, for people who don't remember, obviously the bong face mask and everything.
Right. So we have Brandon Albert, a good, not great left tackle. We are convinced that Tunsil's originally going to go 1 Tennessee, but his floor is 5. He's going to go to Baltimore. So gas mask, whole thing starts and gets to 5, and they take Ronnie Stanley. I'm like, damn, Ozzie Newsome, he's a little bit of a risk taker. Ozzie doesn't care. He just wants good players. 8, 9. I'm like, oh my God, there's no way he's going to be there. So we brought in our area scout, Matt Winston, whose brother was the NFLPA president, Eric Winston. Great scout. He'll be a GM one day. He's Tunsil's a great kid. Great mom, great teammate, academic advisors, equipment guys. They all love him. And obviously, look, if you're going to take if you're not going to take somebody because they're smoking weed, like there'll be 8 guys on the board, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So he just happened to get caught, and
Right.
so he's sitting there at 13, and we were all like, look, like he's a great kid, made a mistake, and it was a great opportunity for us. So it was a feel thing, Big Cat, but like we had a great scout who like went in there in the fall, and we knew exactly what we were getting.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was that big of a mistake. The video was pretty cool in retrospect.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
Actually,
I kind of wish I had a video like that out there.
Actually, it gets even better. So like,
Not a drug guy.
Not
Yeah.
a drug guy.
I go back to my office. I am doing backflips. I'm like, we just got the first guy in the draft, and we didn't have to trade out. Like, this is unbelievable. I call up my wife. I'm like, Michelle, can you believe how unbelievably lucky we are? Like, I can't believe. Like, I am so pumped. She's like, you got a problem? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, we had young kids at the time. They're like, they're scared to death, and I'm like, can you just handle it? She's like, no, you're going to handle it. And I quickly went from being a GM to like a very concerned father of like what kind of role model? And like, of course, like the next day, like good people make mistakes and, like the whole spiel.
I think it was mostly because it was an intimidating looking mask. It was like kind of scary. So kids are like, wow, why'd you draft a stormtrooper?
Exactly.
And I think that if that had happened a couple years later, just in the last 3 years, the narrative has changed a lot around marijuana where, a lot of states have legalized it. So I don't even know if he falls to you. That was like the perfect timing for the Dolphins to capitalize.
Do you think he would have had an endorsement on that?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been
Absolutely.
like free chi. Sign him up, Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah. All right. So, other thing that I've always just wanted to ask a GM, your time at the end of your Jets tenure. Was there a feeling of like I'm a dead man walking? How does that work? Because we see it all the time where we know we could point right now to the 32 teams in the NFL. You could probably say 5 to 10 of the GMs right now will maybe get fired if things don't go well, and they have to feel it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like with privilege comes responsibility, and like these are not jobs you're going to retire in. And it sucks like when you see your name on the back page and like your day is coming, and there's not a lot you can do. And I always felt like, I'm not going to change. Like I'm going to be the first guy in every day. And I feel like my motivation was slightly like there was an insecurity. Like, did I ever really even deserve this job? Like I replaced Bill Park. Like who am I? So I was always like, I'm going to be the first guy in, the last to leave. And even like when I knew those days were coming, I'm like, I can't change. And, and then you look back and you're like, you know what? We stood shoulder to shoulder with the best in the game and we held up pretty well.
Yeah.
So one of the best guys that you drafted, Darrelle Revis, one of the best cornerbacks to play in the last, probably in the history of the NFL. So that must have felt pretty good, but at the same time, you knew that every offseason, it was like, okay, Darrelle Revis is going to work me over for more money. And as a general manager, you have to balance that against what you're paying out to the rest of the team. Do you is there a part of you that kind of regrets having him on the team where it was like it made your entire offseason such a pain in the ass?
PFT, those are good problems to have. Like we'll sign up for those.
Yeah.
Coach Parcells always used to talk about, Mr. T, let's worry about write-ons, not write-offs. Everyone's always worried about get the money, and we'll figure out the rest. Yeah. So those are good problems to have.
Yeah, he was a great player, and I actually think he played the system as a player exactly perfect. He maximized his value while he was in the league in the way that he would renegotiate all the time. But that was always like the constant storyline in the offseason. Did you ever feel like you had to be prepared in advance for those negotiations, even like right after he signed the last one?
Yeah, no doubt. And what most agents don't understand, guys, is the most effective pressure that a player could put on is from within. Now, with Rex, everything about Rex is true. The good, the bad, the ugly, and I love him. But when he's out there every day saying he's the best player in the sport and we couldn't line up without him, like that is not exactly, negotiation 101. Right. So, and his agents, certainly to their credit, like we're going to use everything that Rex said, but the amount of pressure that was put on internally, like we could not function without Darrelle Revis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that was like the holdout. A player that's actually willing to hold out and is a talented football player, that's the best strategy typically. Like that's the way to maximize value.
Yeah, and you have to convince the front office that you're going to miss games. And I've said, for the last year on ESPN, like with Aaron Rodgers, like Green Bay will not blink or even think about blinking until he doesn't show up. Now, when he doesn't show up, now they're going to take a half a step back and say, hey, can we get 3-1s from Denver? Really, what do we have in Jordan Love? Can we get Nick Foles for a year? All those other discussions, the day he doesn't show up, those discussions begin. But until then, they're going to assume that, hey, he's mad like a lot of us are at his boss, but when the rubber meets the road, he's going to show up.
So in your mind, that entire stare down never really was a stare down because there was never a day that he didn't show up.
Big Cat, I said for a year, until he doesn't show up, he's a Green Bay Packer. And they know that. And you're praying that his competitiveness, and one of the things that I admired from what Rodgers said was it was really clear, like, he's a good teammate. Like, for him to go, if you guys notice, he had no notes when he was talking about guys like Charles Woodson. He's going back 4 or 5 years, and he's talking about details. Like, you could tell this guy, in his own way, maybe not your style or my style, he's a good dude and a good teammate. And if you're the Packers and you know that, you're assuming he's going to show up and we're going to be okay because he doesn't want to let his teammates down. He may be pissed at us, but he'll be here.
So we had this discussion on Monday's show. When you have a generational talent like Aaron Rodgers, when you have a Patrick Mahomes, how much do you think the game has changed where what he said was essentially like, I want to be part of the process? Do you think the GMs have to start doing that more for their quarterbacks?
Why wouldn't you? Like, I had Chad Pennington and Ryan Tannehill be part of the coaching search. Why wouldn't you? Like, they're going to see things I can't. And by the way, like, you thought Woodhead was a bad decision. I'll give you a worse one. Like, we cut Jericho Cotry, who was this great dude. He was speed deficient at the end, tough and smart. I remember the day we cut him, I thought the quarterbacks were going to kill me, and they were right. You know, there's certain things players are going to see that you never can. The object of the exercise, fellas, is like, we got to get this right.
Right.
So why wouldn't you at least listen to Aaron Rodgers and say, hey, we're going to cut the receiver you like because he can't cover kicks. So here's our decision. You can be mad, but you should understand why.
Yeah.
And maybe give him an opportunity to object and say something that you hadn't considered from,
why
from
not?
your role as a general
right.
manager.
All you want to get it right. It doesn't matter where the answer comes. It could be from Jesse K or Aaron Rodgers. Let's get the answer right. Let's get all the information in, and then we'll make the best decision for us.
Yeah.
We're going to get back to Mike Tannenbaum in a second, but before we do, this interview is being presented by our great friends over at Roman Ready ED. Now that the world is opening back up, so many new thrills are on the horizon. Whether you've been in a relationship for years, you're just getting started, or you're excited to get back out there and meet new people, when the moment comes, you want to be ready. Go to GetRoman.com/barstool now. Talk to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional and get Roman ready. With Roman, you can get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for erectile dysfunction, all from the comfort and privacy of your home. Roman Ready equals confidence, the confidence that you know that you can rise to the occasion in the moment. This is Summer of Love, the 2021 version. Roman wants to make sure that you can participate in your way, whether that be as a single person or as a couple who would still rather stay inside with each other. So talk to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional. They're going to work with you to find the best treatment plan. If medication is appropriate, it ships to you free with 2-day shipping. I mean, that sounds like a great deal to me. Go to GetRoman.com/barstool. Complete an online visit. If you get prescribed, you get 50% off your first month of ED treatment. 50. GetRoman.com/barstool today. Make sure that you're ready to have confidence and control this summer. Roman Ready. Now, back to Mike Tannenbaum.
Do you understand the salary cap?
Yeah.
You sure?
I think so.
I mean, I don't think anyone does.
Can you tell us how the Rams are just able to do everything, whatever they want, and there's no salary cap?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to pay off for them. I think they're like a great sort of like science experiment. And here's what I'm talking about, guys. We always talk about football as a consummate team sport. You got to, spread it out. Maybe they're right. They're saying F that. Like, we're going to get Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald. Like, we're going to go play 5 against 11, but our 5 are so good, we're going to win. I think when you look at their offensive line guys, they are paper thin, and if anything happens to their starters, especially a guy like Whitworth and his age, they could be in big trouble. And look, I thought, when you look at their running back situation, they were going to be a little thin there. I mean, it's a tragedy what's happened there, obviously. But it's a huge calculated risk that may pay off, but if I had a bet, I'm betting against it.
Yeah. So I asked the cap question because it's like it seems like every year, like the Saints, for example, are in salary cap hell.
Yeah.
They do two, 3 things, and boom, they're fine. It doesn't mean anything.
But like Cam Akers is a great player that can't be replaced.
Right.
So there's ways to minimize the cap charges, move them around, but the fact that the Saints couldn't go out and sign a player of Breeze's caliber is the salary cap actually
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, who, by the way, I think,
love him.
I think he's going to play well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You said that he's... Who did you... Oh, you compared him to Vinny Testaverde, right?
Yeah, I did.
I like that.
Yeah,
I'm
surprised by the fact that you don't follow me on Twitter and you knew I said that.
Well, I did some research and basically I just figured out, like, has he said anything mean about Baker Mayfield? You have. Has he said anything nice about Jameis Winston? You have.
I didn't say anything mean about.
Yeah, you did.
It's about the facts.
Yeah,
okay. I call him height and speed deficient.
Okay,
I think you said you can't. You don't pay a deficient quarterback like Baker Mayfield.
A height and speed deficient. That's not mean. That's facts.
Russell Wilson, you might say, is height deficient.
Yeah, you're binding yourself to mediocrity.
Yeah.
Is Mike Tannenbaum quote about Baker Mayfield.
Is that nice?
Huh.
Is that a nice thing to say?
First of all,
that one's tough to come back from, Mr. T.
Well, like I said, I will go back to my first statement. You guys don't even follow me on Twitter, so
I'm really that right now.
I'll follow you.
Okay. So I follow you on Twitter now. Address your Baker Mayfield slander, please.
Okay, let me ask you this: if you were the president of Barstool Sports, right?
Okay.
Big Cat, and you walked into this room and say, "Hey, fellas, guess what? We just had one heck of the day. We just signed the 7th best podcaster on the planet."
Okay.
They'd be like, "What the F? Like, we want to be the best, right?"
Right.
So,
but wait, Baker's not the 7th. You're saying
so draft the AFC.
Yeah, I mean, we already have Brandon Walker working.
Yes.
No. Draft the AFC quarterbacks.
What do you mean?
In order.
In order.
Yeah.
But wait, that has nothing. You still need a quarterback,
right? But my point is, if you're going to pay Baker Mayfield, you better pay him contextually so you can keep Nick Chubb, Denzel Ward, all these other really good players you have. In my opinion, he's somewhere between the 6th and 8th best quarterback in the AFC. How are you going to win a championship?
And what do they pay him? But that's every quarterback. Every quarterback who gets a new deal gets the highest paid deal. But it's the cap is just bullshit.
But Big Cat, hold on a second. Those other quarterbacks you could win championships with. Like, could you win one with Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, all these other guys, Matt Stafford? You would say Carson Wentz, if healthy, you could certainly have that argument.
Like mentally healthy or physically?
You have Carson Wentz ahead of Baker Mayfield?
So let's do this, right? We're going to take Mahomes.
Okay.
Certainly.
Josh Allen.
Lamar.
Lamar, yes, but there's clearly, like, Lamar has issues when a team knows he's going to have to throw.
No problem. Okay. I'll take Herbert, Tannehill.
Over Baker.
No, not Tannehill. That's you got your Dolphins goggles on right now.
I don't know about that.
Wait, Ryan Tannehill has the best offense in the NFL since he's been in Tennessee.
Okay. Counterpoint, Baker Mayfield almost won the AFC Championship last year.
And he won a playoff game with the Cleveland Browns.
So that's the other thing you have to take into account is, like, you have to grade on a little bit of a curve when you're talking about Cleveland. It's been so long since they've had a quarterback that's even approaching mediocrity. And you've got Baker Mayfield, who's actually good at the position, and the franchise has played well under him. There's something about him that makes him elevate that franchise. Even when he doesn't play that great, you know that you still have a chance sometimes with Baker.
Right, but here's the Baker Mayfield is a guy that is just objectively short and slow. So when you look at guys like Russell Wilson and Drew Brees, they are the exception. And my point is, you can't pay him $40 million a year because you got to keep Chubb and Ward and all these other guys, because that's going to give you your best chance to be successful. If you said you could get Baker Mayfield at $28 million and keep all his teammates, I'm all for it. I would not pay him at top of the market. And guys, remember this: he's under contract this year, next year, and you can tag him the year after.
Yeah, that's what's so funny about the Baker talk. We addressed this a couple months ago, where it's like it felt like it was the middle of the summer and there was nothing else to talk about in the NFL. So people just smashed the button that said, like, let's talk about a contract extension for a quarterback that doesn't even need one right now.
So what do you think about Dak then? Dak at 40 would probably fall under that same category, would it not?
I think he's a better player. I think you.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money. He's the second highest paid quarterback just on paper right now. Again, none of these contracts mean anything.
Right, but 2 years ago I said they should have signed him over Zeke. Zeke was in a fourth year or a fifth year deal. Plus they could have tagged him. So if I was Dallas, I would have just let Zeke play the whole thing out. Signed Dak back then, which was like 32, 33 million. Goff and Wentz, and obviously that market's gone up to 40.
So you really like Carson Wentz still?
No, and Orlovsky and I were arguing about this today. Like,
Orlovsky's literally like, I think his best friend is Carson Wentz. He almost cried when Carson Wentz, like he did. He note-zapped.
Either that or Stafford, right?
Yeah, yes, exactly. Stafford as well. But he's got a bias with Carson Wentz, which is fine. We have a lot of biases ourselves. We just admit them.
Yeah. So my point about if you Google Bill Parcells quarterback commandments, one of the things he talks about is you want a battlefield commander. You want somebody that is going to lead the troops. And we argued about it today. If you're worried about Nick Foles as your backup, you got the wrong guy. Like, You think Brett Favre, Dan Marino, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady cared who their backup was? No. They're going to go win championships, and that's the part about Carson Wentz that he may be lacking.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. If you're afraid of Nick Foles, like it says something about your own security and your own leadership abilities right there.
How much do you think like NFL philosophy in front offices is just based on Bill Parcells' quotes?
I mean, he's an influential guy.
Because he is he hasn't coached in 20 years.
Yeah.
And people still quote him like he's coaching today.
I'll tell you what, and I have the great fortune of being friends with him, see him, fairly regularly in Florida. It's shocking. I would say at least 30% of the league still calls him if you're at dinner with him, and by the way, dinner is at 4:55, back table.
I love it.
And if you're not there 10 minutes early, you're late.
It's a testament to him and his career that I do think that a lot of guys obviously still listen to him, but it's just funny because he's probably the most quotable coach, right?
Yeah. And when you talk about guys obviously Belichick is his own greatness, but the Zimmers, the Sean Paytons of the world, those are guys that they still engage and learn from him. And the thing about Bill is he has so much wisdom, and a lot of times he'll be like, "Oh, I'm a dinosaur," or "I made this." He is a very reflective guy, very insightful.
Yeah,
you are what your record says you are. That was
if you draft the wrong quarterback, it sets you back 10 years.
That's
not true.
If you're going to let me cook dinner, you should at least let me shop for the groceries.
Yeah, he's got all of them, right?
Yeah, maybe my expectations for you are higher than those of yourself.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Yes, very good.
It's very hard to come back from that.
That hurts.
But here,
that's I'm not mad. I'm disappointed from your boss.
Yeah, no, but working for him, there were times and he was a morning guy. I would leave a note on his door 5:15 in the morning. Coach, I screwed that up. It'll never happen again. Thinking he's going to fire me. And the next day, there was a Hooters a half a mile down on Hempstead Turnpike, and we'd sign somebody and be like, "Hey, Mr. T had a great day. Everybody, let's go eat some wings." He kept you on your toes, but at the end of the day, you would walk on glass for him.
Yeah.
You talked about the job of driving prospects and driving free agents to and from the airport. I feel like that's a starting position for a lot of people in the NFL that are looking to work in front offices. Or the airport pickup guy. Was there any instructions that you had from above, hey, keep your mouth shut, don't talk to them, or were you expected to what makes you feel like you did a good job driving them to and from the airport?
Yeah, actually, this is one of my big philosophies in life. Who you are is how you treat people that can't help you. The bus driver, the waiter, the waitress, the equipment guy. One of the reasons we drafted Darrelle Revis was how respectful he was to our intern who he thought was a driver. And for Coach Belichick, when we would bring guys back, he'd be like, "Hey, tell me about that guy." And again, his whole thing was if this guy's an asshole, when we give him $10 million, he's going to be a bigger asshole. Now, as Rex would say, if he could rush the passer, that's okay. He's our asshole.
Right.
But at least we know what we're getting, right? And so for Belichick, there was a bunch of times we'd run guys for physicals. "Hey, tell me about him. What kind of guy was he?
Yeah.
Did he tip you? All that stuff."
Is there an allotted amount of guys on a roster that you're all right, we can have X amount of assholes?
Yeah, so in every single GM's office, they have one mathematical equation. Production equals tolerance.
Yeah.
And, Parcells and Belichick used to argue about LT because LT never showed up for the offseason program. That was really important to Parcells, and Belichick's okay, so, how long are we going to bench LT? And there's just, a lot of wisdom in that discussion. You want to have standards, protocols, and culture, but you know what? Hey, if Tiger Woods is not in the offseason program, he's still going out there, as one of our guys.
Right, and they always said that, Belichick treats everyone the same, and I believe that in film study, but there's no way that he treats everyone the same in terms of the tolerance, what they would do and whether he'd bring it. Gronk was obviously different than some other. Gronk's a Hall of Famer, you know?
And there's a legendary story that Marino loved to tell, which was Jimmy Johnson's first day on the job. He's like, "Look, Dan Marino, you fall asleep in one of these meetings, I'm going to wake you up. Backup corner, you fall asleep in one of these meetings, we're going to cut your ass."
Yeah.
And that's just life, though, right?
Right. Yeah, it's true.
I'm going to give you kind of two options, which road you want to go down on this question. I have one question that's about some inner team strife that you had to deal with, and then another one that's about team-to-team strife that you had to deal with.
Is there option 3?
No, those are the only two options.
Well, let's go inner team for 200.
Were you? Was there a part of you that was like, okay, thank God that made my decision a lot easier when Geno Smith got punched in the face?
I actually wasn't with them anymore when that happened.
Oh, you weren't? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's okay. How you were with him for Tebow, though, right?
Yeah, someone was dumb enough to trade for him.
Yeah, so the Tebow decision. Let's talk about that because he's back in the league as a tight end. Did you ever think about, like, hey, Tebow, you want to go out and run some routes for us?
Yeah, I mean, that's really why we got him. We lost a guy named Brad Smith. You guys may remember him. He was a great quarterback at Missouri, and he kind of did a lot of different jobs. And one of the great things about where I sat for so long was just learning and listening to the game through the head coach I was with. So Rex always was like, I'm just telling you, Mike, like, as a defensive guy, I hate when the opposing quarterback can make plays with his feet. And when we lost Brad Smith, it was like, hey, we got to replace him. So on paper, it made sense to say, all right, we could get Tim Tebow for a 4th-round pick. He's making $2 million. And, like, I think that's one of the mistakes I made. It was like, all right, on paper, that's very logical. He just brings so many more eyeballs to it. I'll tell you a really funny story. So in my house with our kids, we have a thing. You have to earn your dessert eligibility. You have to do something nice for somebody else.
Football guy of you, to have that.
Yeah. So we have Tim come in, and we're having dinner, and it's like it could not have been more awkward. Like, you have Tim, he's an icon, his agent. We have our trainer, his family. I got my mom in town from Boston and my 2 kids, and it's like, okay, like, like my 70-year-old Jewish mom and Tim Tebow, like, how in the world are you going to make conversation? So I'm like, hey, Mom, like, what'd you do today to earn dessert eligibility? So she's like, I bought my coworker a turkey sandwich. I'm like, great, Mom. Like, you got a chocolate chip cookie. So we kind of go around the table. So it finally gets to Tim. And it could not be more awkward and stiff. And he's like, well, Mr. Tannenbaum, we have 7 pediatric cancer centers. We're buying 2 women out of sex slavery. I'm like, all right, Tim, you got a cookie, all right? Like, my mom's turkey sandwich never looked so feeble.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
He is a hell of a guy. All right, so I had one last question for you. This has been awesome. We really appreciate you coming in. You had a post about Coach K when he decided to retire, talking about social media and how his first 3 seasons didn't go so well and he probably would have been fired. What about the season that he hurt his back and decided not to have any of those records count against his overall record? What about that?
It's a fair point.
Thank you.
My point about that was, like, and I'm as guilty as it now, but we're in this sort of, like, instant evaluation.
No, you're absolutely right. Obviously, the post is about, like, the fact that every team, every fan base wants a revolving door, and a revolving door, like, I wanted the Bears to fire Matt Nagy. Like, whether that's right or wrong, there probably is some benefit to the having the same guys in the front office and the coaching staff for a few years.
Big Cat, just to put a ribbon on our conversation, Bill Parcells 3-12-1 first year. He thinks he's going to get fired. The late George Young's going to hire Howard Schnellenberger to be the coach. It gets back to him, and he said it publicly, privately, that he's like, F this. Like, if I'm going to go down, I'm not going to be everyone's friend. I'm going to try to be the best coach I could be the way I know how, and I don't care if people like me or not. And that launched his Hall of Fame career.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay, so there it is.
Have you officially changed your tune on Josh Allen?
Good question.
Well, the context is this. He is a very good player, and historically he has done something that no one else has in terms of improving his completion percentage. With that said, he did get hurt at Wyoming, and if we were running the Bills, guys, look, we would sign him to an extension. I'm not saying we wouldn't, but I would be scared to death that because he's such a big guy and he plays the sport the way he does, that will he make it through another 5 years? I hope he does, but like I said, he's been hurt once, and that would be...
That's a cop-out. You just did a cop-out.
Why is that a cop-out?
Like, well, he's good, but the injuries. Just say he's good.
Okay, and then you put your name on a $200 million contract.
Done. Josh Allen.
Done.
And you would have no
right
concerns.
None.
I'll make it 220.
Because the cap doesn't mean anything. You cut him after a year if you had to.
So I like him. He's gotten better, but that would worry me. Like, the way he plays, like, I hope he doesn't get hurt. But like I said, he already got hurt at Wyoming.
All right. So, but if he like goes to the Super Bowl with the Bills, they had a great season last year. If he takes the Bills to the Super Bowl, at that point, you're like, you have to change your tune at some point.
Yeah.
Right?
No, absolutely. He like. Again, like, if you look at the history of our sport, his increase in completion percentage is historically good. Like, people don't leave college football and become as accurate as he has.
The way you're saying that makes me think that you think it's an aberration.
It is. I mean, that's the...
But you think that it's not going to keep going?
No, I would bet on him because his character, he's a great kid. He has a much better sense of humor, and he's... Like, we got to know him in the pre-draft process. He's a great kid. But he's really the exception.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess which is the aberration? Josh Allen's. Are you saying the aberration is his increased completion percentage from college, or are you saying that last season was an aberration for him?
No. I would say his aberration going from college to, and I think his trajectory will stay where it is. But
okay.
Like one of the things we would talk about if we were to draft room, we'd say like, why would we take a guy from Wyoming who was not very accurate, and he didn't like lift Wyoming to greatness. And to Buffalo's credit, they identified it.
They won an Idaho Potato Bowl.
I got a couple reasons.
They did. I mean, that flag flies forever.
Rocket arm.
Yeah.
Looks good in shorts.
Idaho Potato Bowl.
Tall. There we go.
And tall.
Drafted him.
All right. Well, you know what? We'll end it on. You don't like Baker Mayfield, you don't like Josh Allen, but you like Jameis Winston. We can deal with that.
Yes.
We can build off.
I'm okay
that.
with Josh Allen,
But not Baker.
I know. I'm just saying. Hey, Big Cat, if you want to be the 7th best, then I think you should go sign Baker Mayfield.
Well, give us all right. We'll leave on a positive note. In the context of Jameis Winston, tell us something that we have to look forward to. Why you are a believer in Jameis Winston?
He is someone that bet on himself and showed great humility a year ago by sitting behind Drew Brees. And that's hard to do when you're the first pick in the draft. Now, we have to go see it pay off, but I thought what it did was really be selfless and take a long-term view. And not a lot of guys on the planet who are 27 that have started 70 games in our league.
Yeah.
And got LASIK eye surgery, too.
Yeah.
There we go.
See better.
Yes, absolutely. All right, well, Mike Tannenbaum, you can catch him on ESPN. He's the NFL insider, front office insider. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you having me, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome back anytime.
All right, thank you.
Fyre Fest of the Week is brought to you by our great friends over at Mattress Firm. Love Mattress Firm. You need to unjunk your sleep. A lot of people have a problem here in America. Everyone's exhausted. Everyone's out of it because they're not sleeping in a bed that's right for them. And the sleep that they are getting sucks. And this problem has a name. It's called junk sleep. Junk sleep is when you stay up too late. Junk sleep is working in bed before you go to sleep. Junk sleep is watching TV in bed before going to sleep. It's using your phone or tablet in bed when trying to go to sleep. Hand up. Junk sleep is not taking the time to unwind from the day and prepare for bed. Junk sleep is sleeping on a poor quality mattress and not talking to a Mattress Firm sleep expert. The sleep experts at Mattress Firm are going to match you to the best mattresses and sleep products out there based on your specific sleep preferences so you can get your best sleep possible. We're excited to be partnering with them for this year's Grit Week. Billy's going to be sleeping on a Mattress Firm mattress on board the Grit Week bus all week long. We're going to help spread the word how to unjunk your sleep. Go to Unjunk Your Sleep. Unjunk Your Sleep. Go to mattressfirm.com or a Mattress Firm store today. Speak with a sleep expert now. Unjunk that sleep.
All right, we're going to wrap up the show with Fyre Fest.
Can I just say I'm reading the list right now of Mount Rushmores that Jake just sent to us.
Okay.
There's some tough ones on there to read. They look worse.
Mine doesn't look so good.
They look worse in word format than they did when we picked them.
I do think Hank has too many meats.
He does have too many meats.
You're a meat lover.
Yeah.
I thought they took sausage. I don't know why I fucking thought that. I think
oregano.
I know. It's
a classic.
It is a classic.
It brings out the real flavor of the pizza.
I made a mistake. I shouldn't have gone ricotta. I don't know why I did that. Is that the cheese that tastes like kind of sweet?
It's like cottage cheese.
It's like a dessert.
No,
cheese.
I don't like ricotta. No, fuck that. I do. I've also learned during this process that I don't know what I get on my pizza. Like, I didn't know what basil versus spinach was because I usually just get a pepperoni pie.
Yeah. I think when Hank took pepperoni,
I should have gone
it threw
one.
all of us off a little bit.
Can we order pizza?
I actually really want some right now.
My Fyre Fest is pizza related.
All right, let's start it. Let's
You guys
go.
wanna get
Fyre
some
Fest
olive
of the
pizza?
week. And we got some great interviews coming next week. And then Grit Week the week after. So get excited. We will be out and about. We're also going to figure out a way, just a little announcement, we're going to figure out a way. A lot of people ask us to do their fantasy draft orders. We're going to streamline it. So we're probably going to have Billy just go on the Pardon My Take YouTube and do all of them.
Billy, are your DMs open?
My DMs are open.
All right, so if you need Billy to figure out your fantasy draft order, just start DMing him all the names that you have right now.
Actually, no, email me.
No, DM is best.
Yeah.
Okay, DM
Yeah, and
me.
make sure you DM on
That was mean. That
Instagram
was mean
and
what you just
Twitter
did.
just to make sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, which do you prefer?
Could you email me
Both.
at billyfootballpmt@gmail.com?
Wait, your email address is billyfootballpmt@gmail.com?
Yeah.
And to throw out your Barstool email too.
Okay, Billy Football at Bar. Oh, follow me on Twitter, Billy Hot Takes.
Billy Football.
DM me there.
Billy Football PMT at gmail.com.
Yes.
Oh,
Instagram's
man.
B1LLY Football.
All right, now you're just going to get them everywhere.
All right.
Well, at least I got interaction.
All right. So, Fyre Fest of the week, Hank.
Last night I got a pizza, but not a delivery pizza, DiGiorno. Made it in my oven, took it out, was starving. It's a process, like 25, 30 minutes to get it finished, and I was starving when I put it in, so I was just waiting for it to come out. Finally got it out, cut it open, had the little pizza cutter, and then I just absolutely torched the roof of my mouth.
Yeah.
Like, I should have waited probably 10 minutes, and I just ate it.
What's worse, biting your tongue or roof of your mouth burn?
Roof of your mouth, because it's still...
Yeah.
Everything I eat, I just feel this burn on the top of my mouth.
That's really tough. It was the hot cheese that got you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the hot cheese,
no toppings.
it'll stick there for a little bit.
You were doing a little research.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And you were closing your eyes. What would I love to have on this cheese pizza? What do you think is worse, biting your tongue or biting your cheek? Because I've been on a real tear biting my cheek the last week.
Well, and or lip, if you get the lip bite and then it's bigger and then you keep biting it.
Yeah, and then you're like, no, it's not a herp.
No, the tongue bleeds more.
Okay.
It's
good to know.
That true?
Yeah.
There's more circulation?
Yeah, no, if you bite your tongue,
you just say
bleed out.
shit and I just believe it.
You can bleed out if you bite your tongue?
Hard enough.
You can die by biting your tongue?
I don't know about that, but I bit my tongue once. I was bleeding for 3 hours.
That's what it's based off of?
Yeah.
You can bleed out.
I think it might be possible. I'll Google it.
Yeah, please do.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's tough, Hank. So, still burning
Thoughts
right
and
now?
prayers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brutal.
I can feel it.
Yep.
You got to eat more ice cream.
Can't
rid
get
of that
away
burn.
from it.
That's actually a good call. I might have to do that after.
Yes. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mentals.
Take care of each other.
My Fyre Fest.
Peace and love, baby.
I got 2 Fyre Fests, and I've been a little bit public with both of them, but my first is that my apartment is just a complete and utter war zone. It looks like people are negotiating with RG3 in there. It's got the ceiling has been all peeled off. It's got mold that's coming because the apartment directly upstairs from me has been having renovations done on it for the past, 3-4 weeks.
Yep.
So every time it rains, they've done something where it leaks through, and the rainwater from the top floor, because I'm on the JV penthouse, no big deal, it seeps down into my ceiling and is starting to form cracks and brown spaces. And I got back from the shore house last weekend, and I looked up at my ceiling, and I could not recognize my own ceiling in my apartment. So I'm pretty sure that I'm just breathing in mold 24/7 now. And I heard them trying to work on it yesterday, and it was seriously the sound of a man walking around upstairs in what sounded to be 8 to 12 inches of water. And so I'm just
They're just wading through water.
I'm assuming that I'm completely.
Can I spin
fucked.
zone?
Yeah.
For all the drugs that you don't do,
Yeah.
kind of like a new trip staring at your ceiling.
Good point.
It's a totally new experience.
And it's probably increasing the humidity in my apartment for all the drugs that I don't grow.
Correct.
Okay.
It would actually be if you can maybe black out your shades, it sounds like a perfect environment for mushrooms.
A trip
to
chamber.
grow.
I've got the new trip chamber.
Yes.
Yeah, but it honestly kind of does suck because
Yeah.
for what you pay to live in New York City,
You showed pictures. It definitely sucks.
it sucks big time.
Yeah.
And then you try to get in touch with your super and your landlord and all that stuff, and they've got a million other things to do with their slums that they manage, so it takes forever to come out. It's just, if I don't show up for work one day, you'll just know that the mold got me.
Yeah. Okay.
My other Fyre Fest is that nobody wants to come see Limp Bizkit with me in this room.
Yeah.
But that's
well, I have a.
You're going to be out of town.
I'm be out of town.
Hank's taking care of his mentals this weekend.
Yep.
Billy and Jake and Liam just ghosted me. I gave them
I take full accountability. Hand up.
Yeah,
I apologize.
I extended an invitation to you guys to come to my luxurious
Could have just
shore
downvoted
house.
the text.
Yeah.
You don't actually want me to come there.
I would not have invited you. Are you
I know it was
that
like
a statement or is that a question?
I know it's like a polite invite to invite me, so thank you. But I'm not going to actually pressure you and go.
If you want to come, just say that you want to come.
No,
Billy.
it's cool. Thank you for including me.
That was nice.
But I'm not going to be
Billy,
like
that was nice of you to
actually
think
take
of.
you up on it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it
put yourself
sucks.
out there.
I did.
But you also put yourself out there knowing a quarter of the room was going to say no matter what.
And Hank had already said no to me privately.
And you knew I was out of town.
Yeah.
So you kind of set yourself up to fail.
Well, I would have expected a response.
Like if I was around town, I would have given you the courtesy thanks, but no thanks.
I would have expected a response at least from Jake.
Yeah.
Hand up.
But
I
Jake,
should have answered and said
Jake,
no. I'm
guess
sorry.
what? Maybe my expectations for you are higher than your expectations for yourself.
That's true.
If I didn't still have moving boxes all over my house, I probably would do it. But
Yeah.
I gotta do it at some point.
No, I
Move
feel awful.
after.
Thank you for the invite.
All right, my Fyre Fest is I am going to be out of town. I'm going on a bachelor party. I'm very worried about that and the hangover that will ensue. But more than that, it's the Fyre Fest that I am halfway through Outer Banks Season 2, and I just want to finish it. Like, I'd rather just finish it than go out of town.
What time zone is this bachelor party in?
It is in Central Time Zone.
Shit. Be careful.
out.
I will be careful, Hank. I will be very careful about this.
Outer
flight
Banks Season 2
situation.
kicks ass.
Dude, I just want to finish it. It's so good. Rafe might be my breakout star of the century.
JJ is maybe my favorite character in any television show of all time.
Yeah.
And I love, one of the things I like the most about Outer Banks is they'll just like, somebody will be getting strangled, and then they'll cut to a completely different
No
scene
spoilers.
somewhere else, and then they'll talk for about 5 minutes.
Yes.
And then they'll go back, and
To
the
the
person
strangle.
is still getting strangled.
Yes, and
They
like,
also just
No
they
one
had
dies.
The premise, like the canon of season 1 was like there's no cell phones. None of these people have cell phones.
right.
And then
They all have cell phones. That's how they're all. It's a great show. The writing is super tight. This isn't a spoiler, but if you watch season 1, they happen to just go from a shipwreck to a boat that just took them like two feet from Sarah's house.
Yeah.
So that was convenient. Wouldn't you say?
The writing of the show is so strong that it doesn't even bother me that the show clearly doesn't take place in the Outer Banks.
Right.
That it obviously takes place in like South
It's a
Carolina.
great show. I also
Yeah.
think Rafe, they might be what is it called? Character acting. Like he might just be high on coke the whole time. Because in real life, that's how good he is playing a cokehead that's lost his mind.
I just
a
love
murderous cokehead.
I love JJ's plans. JJ has a plan for everything.
Yeah, he does.
Everyone needs to have a friend like JJ that's willing to go all out for him.
I'm starting to get annoyed. Like, why is he John B?
what do you mean?
Like, what is his last name? B?
Yeah,
But why do they call him that?
it's Beaugh.
Right. But why?
John B.
I thought B was his middle name.
No, that was a joke. Yeah, I don't know why they call him John B.
It's funny because like somebody will be
Getting a little annoyed,
somebody will
I
be
don't know.
shooting a gun at them, and they'll go, "Watch out, John B."
Yeah, right.
I love it.
But even
it's
in
great,
like,
John B.
but
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith is Stephen A. Right? But if you saw him and you were like hanging out with him, you were best friends with him, you wouldn't be like Stephen A.
I think I would.
I think
I
I
don't
would
think
too.
so.
Yeah,
I think I would.
I think
as a
you'd say
sign of
Steven.
respect.
Stephen A.
But yeah, just don't watch the show if you've ever looked at a map or a globe,
or
and
you
you'll be
like
fine.
things like dialogue and plot lines that make sense.
Continuity.
Yeah, don't. It's turn your brain off. Jake, your Fyre Fest.
So another salad related thing.
Oh man,
Yeah. So I ordered ahead.
what a sentence to start that with.
Yeah, on the restaurant rhymes with sus jalad. No free ads.
Sus Jalad.
Getting even
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. So I ordered my salad ahead, and I ended up ordering it ahead to the one next to my apartment. There's one right here. They said they had no order, and I had to pay double. They wouldn't transfer it over. So it
Damn.
was $23 salad.
That's a tough week, dude.
That one legitimately has the worst customer service I've
Yeah,
of
I mean, I'm
anywhere
not
I've
gonna
ever
throw
been
them
to.
under the bus,
The
but
people legitimately just ignore you when
Yeah.
you walk in.
Yeah, they don't-
I actually respect that.
Yeah,
I
like,
think
they
like
care so
medium,
little.
Medium customer service pisses me off, but when you walk in and it's just like we don't care, I kind of am like, you know what? That's fucking badass.
Yeah.
Like you're aloof.
I mean, I'm there every day, so like I develop some sort of like eye contact relationship with people where
Right.
like they kind of know who I am,
well,
but
clearly not because they
yeah,
give
they
you
didn't
free
care.
salad.
Nope. So I paid double.
Do you have a usual if you walk in? Or
No, I like-
Will it be the usual, sir?
No, because I ordered it ahead. There's like Jake, like yeah.
But
it's all-
I agree with Big Cat. There's something almost French about that type of
Yeah.
service where, like, I don't know if you've ever been to France or experienced a Parisian restaurant, but you walk in and they're just like, oh, this guy's lucky enough to be dining with us. tonight.
Right.
Like, I'll get to him when. Actually, the worst was one time I went to an outdoor cafe in Paris and they came over to me and I didn't say a word to them. They just immediately took the menu off the table and then put the English menu in front of me.
Yep.
And they took away the ashtray that was there. And I was like, that was a lot of assumptions.
And they nailed them.
And they were right. So I got mad. I went to the store next door and bought a pack of cigarettes just to be like, I need the ashtray back.
You showed them.
it's a shame because I'm a loyal customer there, but
Yeah, you are. Man,
Whatever.
it's tough. It's
Yeah,
a tough
it
week.
happens.
All right, Billy.
My first Fyre Fest is I'm sorry that I brought some bad vibes into the room when I first came in when I was
No, it was
late.
great. The show was awesome.
No, it was actually a perfect peek into like basically every Billy interaction. come in, blame everyone else, then be like, you know what? Actually, it was my fault.
Anyway, that was my first Fyre Fest. Second Fyre Fest is I forgot to bring underpants to the gym for when I changed, so I had to go commando the other day.
Sir, wait, are you commando right now?
The other day.
Okay.
Wait, no,
he's commando
right now, and
No,
he's
I'm not.
blaming it on
Let's
another
see.
workout.
No, I'm not.
Show us your underwear.
What color underwear you
Show
wearing,
us your
Bill?
MeUndies.
You can't do HIPAA. That's a HIPAA violation.
No,
You're not wearing underwear.
No,
No,
I'm not
no,
asking you
the
to
other
show us
day,
your balls.
it wasn't-
Show us your underwear.
I'm not.
Show
gonna
us your
pull
underwear.
A George Kittle. No, all good.
No, just pull your underwear up on the side.
Cool. My
pull
other
your
Fyre
underwear up.
Fest
Look,
is
Billy,
that I
look what I'm doing.
started.
See that? Here's my underwear.
I started.
Here's my underwear.
I started a new
Wait,
show. Oh,
wait.
look there. I started a new.
Yeah.
I started a new
You're
show.
freeballing it.
Wait.
I started a new show.
Yeah.
And I can't tell anybody about the show because I'm scared they're going to spoil it for me because it's a really old show. But it's a really good show, but I want to talk to someone about it who won't spoil it for me.
The Wire.
It's
The Wire.
It is The Wire.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Walter White dies in the end.
Fuck.
No, wait,
Kidding, I
seriously?
didn't- No,
Fuck.
actually.
Shit.
But yeah, that's my other Fyre
Brand's
Fest.
King.
Yeah, and it's lame.
No. But it's a really good show. It involves planes.
Michael Scott quits, and then the show sucks.
Oh, are you
Lost.
watching Lost?
He's watching Lost.
Actually, no.
Whoa.
What other plane show is there? Wings.
It's
Are-
old.
Top Gun's not a show.
No.
It's a movie.
No.
Okay.
MASH.
Billy's definition of old, though, is like when you guys were
Yeah,
Billy's
that's
age,
true.
So
That's
that's
a
what
good
you guys
point.
have to
That's
think
good
about.
What show involves planes?
It's actually not that old. It's like
It's like it
Not
just
yet,
came
not
out.
That, yeah,
Like-
not that old.
5.
Flight.
You said really old show.
Is it The Flight Attendant?
No.
That's a good show too.
Are you
Chick
watching
parties.
Catch Me If You Can?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, that's my Fyre
Can you
Fest.
write it down?
Everyone guess what show Billy's watching. And then spoil
We'll
it.
make this a real Fyre Fest. Bucko.
No, please don't spoil it for me. I'm really invested in it.
Why did you bring it up? Like every time I've done that, I've just watched the show, and then at the end, I'm like, "Hey, I just watched this show."
Yeah. Well, anyway, back to there's a
You
huge,
just tempted everyone.
I did,
Yeah. Okay.
but also didn't have to show my underwear. So there's a huge. Are we on to the recap?
Yes.
So there's a huge debate online about LeBron James stands saying that he could knock out Mike Tyson if he was training in his prime.
Are you watching Manifest?
What?
Yes.
No. Yes, I am.
Yes. I've never seen it. Fuck.
It's not old. They literally just
It's
had the last season.
2018. I just searched show about
That was
planes.
season 1. I've watched it too.
I searched show about planes popular. That's the first one that came up.
It's really freaking good.
Okay.
Anyway, so we were talking about how the Olympics is breaking a bunch of track records recently.
Wait, go back to the LeBron James and Mike Tyson thing. That I'm pretty sure that was just bait.
Yeah, it was clickbait.
But LeBron James would obviously beat up Mike Tyson.
Jesus
He's way bigger,
Christ.
Billy.
No, dude.
Dude,
Billy,
reach.
he's
reach.
bigger.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
Yeah, but reach.
LeBron James is like 6'9",
And LeBron's
Mike-
tough. He's never flopped.
and he weighs more.
Mike Tyson has
LeBron's
knocked
been in
out.
like 50 street fights.
Yeah.
Mike
Easily.
Tyson is like
Mike-
5'10" and weighs like
Yeah.
230,
Mike
240.
Tyson's been in 0 basketball games.
So people are saying that one of the reasons why so many Olympic track world records have been broken recently is because of two combined things. One, Nike released these new track spikes that are supposed to be like having like Carson Warholm said that it was like having trampolines on your feet.
That's
and
sick.
like it's new technology and like everyone's copying it, and basically it's like Usain Bolt's record is going to go out the window
Right.
when someone who actually
Moon shoes.
Yeah.
like moon shoes
And then the track, right?
in the bouncy track.
Yeah, so I
So
read about that. It's basically, and I kind of love this, that every host Olympics wants to break a bunch of records, so they just make the track better.
It's a Mickey Mouse Olympics.
Wow. But they do that every Olympics,
Yeah.
I think. Like, that's what I was reading, that basically every Olympic, every host city and host country is like, how can we make this legal but also break all the records?
Yeah, well, they were way more lenient this year.
Huh.
They think so. It puts the legacy of a lot of great runners up in the air because
That's why I'm not catching Olympic fever this year.
yeah,
No, but I'm fine with the tracks being different year to year. I'm totally cool with that. And also the oxygen thing. You forgot about that.
yeah, of course.
More oxygen.
They should do a decathlon, but just for weather.
Like running
Like,
in
it's
snow.
it's all the 400 meter. The 400 meter is the only event. snow, rain, hurricane, like 100 degrees, freezing. That would be cool.
I actually think that there should just be a Summer Olympics held during the wintertime outdoors, like snow football.
Yep.
You get snow track.
Yes.
That'd be sick.
In for that. Is that it?
And also, you can't bleed out by biting your tongue, but there was a medieval torture where they'd cut out your tongue and make you strangle on your blood.
Good recap, Billy.
Sweet.
Great job. All right, numbers.
70.
69.
99.
18.
I can't believe I got the number exactly.
6.
What a waste.
Polar bears and grizzly bears can make a growler bear hybrid, which is actually really cool. You should Google them.
Oh, 66.
Holy.
Oh, I thought I had it for a second.
Can we get pizza?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Growler bear.
Yeah, get my pizza.
Love you guys.
Pineapple, ricotta,
2 olives.
onions.
Love you
Can we
guys.
get an anchovy, half anchovy?
It's also called a pizzly.
Depends on who's the father, who's the mother.
Which one's which?
I think the father's the pizzly, the mother's the growler.
I think you just made that up completely. Love you guys.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.